I'm Kathy Young. I'm the brand new development director at Coastal Mountains Land Trust.
And I'm Ian Stewart. I'm the new executive director of Coastal Mountains Land Trust. And we wanted to talk to you a bit about who we are as an organization and what our participation is this year in the Great Maine Outdoor Weekend. Coastal Mountains Land Trust is a nonprofit land conservation organization that has worked since 1986 to protect land along the western side of western Penobscot Bay. And we we work in 15 towns from Rockport all the way up to Prospect. And our work is largely centered around permanent protection of land, and we own both conservation preserves and hold conservation easements on private land, and have now protected approximately 10,000 acres of land up and down the coast. And so our work is to make sure that there's wild and scenic land available for our communities to enjoy and visit for the long haul. And we also have a very big program in taking care of those properties. So we have a lot of community involvement in the stewardship of our land through volunteer efforts to keep an eye on the properties, but also to manage them for wildlife habitat and for to keep invasive plants away, and to maintain a trail system for people to enjoy. We have about 35 miles of trail these days. And then lastly, we also are very active in trying to make sure we get our communities out to our properties to enjoy them in a series of ways. So we have a whole lot of events, and we engage school groups and whatnot to come and participate in work parties on our properties, and are active with a lot of community groups as partners who also make use of our lands. And right now we're very actively involved in conserving additional land on the Bald and Reagan Mountains in Camden and Rockport and Hope. We're also working very actively with the city of Belfast around what's called the Passy Rail Trail, which is a 3-mile formerly railroad system section that we're converting into a public path for multiple uses. So that's who we are.
Yeah, and it is Passy Rail Trail that we'll be celebrating this Great Maine Outdoor Weekend. We've participated over the years in most of the Great Maine Outdoor Weekends. We go snowshoeing in the winter, we've gone hiking, we've gone paddling, and so this year, because of the Passy Rail Trail, and the Passy Rail Trail actually eventually in the fullness of time will marry in with what we call our Head of Tide Preserve. And so that will keep going, but right now that doesn't happen. But so we are going to be having both a walk and a paddle, because late September is a great time to see the colors. So paddlers will go up the Passy River. Do you know how to pronounce it?
Passagassawakeg.
There you go. We call it Passy, those of us who can't pronounce it. And then there's a parking lot at the at the turnaround, and so the walkers will come this way into the town and back, and we'll put some water and snacks and things halfway for people to pull out from the river and meet with the walkers. So we're really looking forward to getting people to see the trail and to experience it and get out of Belfast and just really connect with that community. They've been hugely supportive of the rail trail, and this will be a great way to kind of wrap up that campaign. Pretty exciting. So join us.